Hello everybody, welcome back to another Warpath video. Today, of course, we have some action for you guys, but today's in a different city, and this is going to be Port Sudan, and we have built a CC. Oh, my bad, we haven't built CC. Our ally has built a CC here to capture the Combat and Command Center of SSRA. They are, I think, the second or third biggest alliance in the server so far, and they're pretty powerful. But our alliance, as you know, if you guys are new to this server 29 series, we are the #1 alliance, full of a bunch of very powerful players. So, you know, #1 alliance, #2 alliance, we just run through them all, and you know, like I said in the last video, we don't boast about it. You know, we don't talk smack to anybody. We just go through and do our, do what we do, and we let them talk to us about it. We let them say their stuff, because at the end of the day, we're the ones who won the battle. So why is there any reason to gloat or to talk bad, talk down to them? And I mean, we're recruiting for our alliance, and so why not? So why would we talk smack to them and then expect them to join us? That's not how it works. It's respect, man, and that stuff goes two ways. Anyway, we have we got a fight going on. It took them, I would say, about an hour to wake up and realize that we had built a CC, or our allies had built a CC. I'll show the map in a second, but they have this, or their own like fighting group, SAS. So here on our right we have our bases. We also have our bases down south at our CC. We did build one down by the level 1 transport node. Or is it a level 2? Yes, sorry, it's the one that goes to Riyadh. Which last video I pronounced it Riyadh or some stupid way. It's Riyadh. I looked at it and I was like, oh, good lord. So our average power, our average unit power, I'd say, is around 1 million, or 1.1 or 1.2 million, because we have a few players that have 2 million plus power units, and most of us are, I'd say, around 1 to 1.1 mil. So here's a little bit of one-on-one action. I draw on the screen a little bit just to show you what's going on, because these are medium tanks versus light tanks, and the light tanks get counterattacked by the mediums. So unless your medium, or unless your light tanks are, severely higher than your opponent, I would suggest staying away from the medium tanks. I'd also stay away from heavy tanks if you're running with medium tanks. Of course, if you're running with lights, obviously stay away from heavies and super heavies. Even with my 1.1 million heavies, yeah, rip to that guy. That guy flew in, or like right above where our army group was, and I was like, that's not. So they got a good little defensive assemblement going, and I just wrote, oh shit. They had a pretty big defensive going, but their average unit power is probably 300 or 400k, maybe 250. And one thing I see them doing, and you'll see why you don't do this, especially when you're going against people that have like really powerful tanks, and you'll see these people, our alliance members, they usually use 1 or 2 units at a time, is they bring their artillery out into the field. This isn't the best move unless you have your alliance backing you up. And when I say that, like, I think the best alignment would be to have the super heavies and your heavies up front, leading the charge, and then having your artillery follow it. Now, of course, it still might not work because of how powerful our units are, but in a perfect world, you would want to have your heavies and super heavies in front, your artillery behind, and you want to have a rally of mediums, lights, and tank hunters following the artillery from the back or on the sides, you know, so that you know, like Sato or Age of Ultron doesn't just come behind you. And you'll see that in this video a few times. They go behind, you know, the tanks to get to the artillery. Not that, you know, not that they're gonna die if they don't do the artillery, but it's, you know, one, it's easy kills. Two, it does damage them more than the regular tanks do. So that's a good strategy on their part. And also in this video, you'll see some base removal strategy. I'll talk about that as well. But we can just enjoy a little bit of fighting right now. We can just talk about what's you know, the good and the bad things. I mean, there's not really too many bad things. This alliance, this SSRA alliance, they're really good. They're very active. They, you know, they have big numbers. But the thing with fighting is, and right there you see that Joseph Stalin guy. If you look at that, he could have gotten a few of, I think that was Sato, could have gotten a few of their tanks because it was heavies, and he had a pretty, you know, it was like 700k power. Yeah, it was Sato. He could have attacked it and gotten a few kills from that, but decided to run away and ultimately lost most of his units. But that's just something you can look at if you know you're getting chased by someone and you have like a really slow unit. Just try to get those kills. You know, at the end, you know, just it offsets the KD ratio. The planes are insane. You're gonna see some high number planes from these guys too. They're insane. My planes are around 400k. I think my fighters are like 400k. Look at that, 1,942,000, and they're both 7.1 bombers, and it's insane. Like, I really don't know how, like that is insane. Just to get a 7.1, the amount of tickets you need to get. But they formed a nice little, you know, group. They have quite a few players on right now, as do we. But we didn't have as many. I don't think we had as many fighting. We didn't have as many troops on the field because if you notice, we have like one rally going. Here's a rally. Our rally meeting their defensive line. So you'll see that. And unfortunately, I didn't get all of the action. So it'll cut to basically where we just demolished them because of the graphics. The light went to light mode and I went to change it. So I had to pause the video real quick. But yeah, these planes are insane. You know, if you're just looking at our you know, our players, just you see a 1 million, 1 million, 1 million, 2 million. But yeah, here's where it went into light mode, whatever, and I really don't like that, especially in fights. So I went home, and it cuts to here's their CC. Oh, I already showed. So that guy stopped the build basically, so I posted the coordinates to Alliance chat so they can go deal with him. And then we're going to go back to the fighting. I was spectating this war, so I wasn't able to go do anything. I'm stuck in friggin' Tehran. But yeah, so this is where you're going to see our strategic base removal, which, I mean, it's not anything secret, but it's great to know and it's great to learn if you don't know about it, because it's really, this is how you kill like big players. So basically we have 2 rallies going, we have enough tanks, and what you want to do is surround the base. I think it is 13. You either need 11 or 13 units. I can't remember, but you surround the base, therefore they can't get out. And because when you're defending, you can send out your artillery because, you know, the artillery loads every 4 seconds, or if you have Antonio, every 3 seconds, or Max Antonio, my bad. So the artillery loads every 4 seconds. When you pop your artillery out to hit someone else's units, and you pop the artillery back in, it resets onto a different unit. So by surrounding the whole base like this, you're able to keep them trapped into their base so they can't get out, you know. So, and then if you look, all the base damage is being done to our Toot. Yeah, I think that's Toot's. Yeah, it's Toot's. It's Toot's super heavies. 2.2 million. You know, none of his tanks are gonna die, so he just tanks that damage while we do all the rest of the damage to the base. And level 25 base level is not bad, right, for like where we're at right now. If you look heavies, I said heavy is greater than light. I really meant their heavies are greater than mediums, because if you look, that was a medium tanks. I just put lights and I didn't know how to reset it, so that's my bad. But I mean, it's both, it's true either way. Heavies destroy mediums, heavies destroy lights. So that base is gone. We did a nice little base removal. And the good thing about having very powerful units together and to back each other up is we don't need, oh, I'm going to light mode again, is that we don't need our artillery out on the field during like an active war. You know, when it comes to offline base removal, that's easy. But even then, we don't need our artillery out on the field, so we can keep our artillery in our base in case someone tries to counterattack us at our bases while we're out killing. You know, we have a little bit of defense. So a lot of this is going to be base removal. You know, up until this point, it's just a lot of base removal. After this, you know, with the surrounding the base again, letting the super heavy tank the damage. And you have to wait about 2 to 3 seconds before any other units can start hitting, or else there's a chance that, you know, if any other unit hits, like, see this? That was a few seconds, so they're being a little safe with it. You know, you just, you know, better safe than dead, you know. So, and because if you do that to the, honestly, I've seen it, and I've been the one to do this, and this has been done to me, where if you hit the base too early, it's game over, and you have to restart the attack, or you just have to go with it, and you're gonna lose a lot of units. So our alliance focuses on a lot of avoidance of losing units. You know, even our lower players. It's not just our big guys, like, you know, like, I'm not huge, I'm like 8 mil, but like our 4 or 5 mil players, you know, we tell them to focus on one unit, and make sure that you're trying to conserve all your reserves, because like currently we really don't, I haven't come across anyone that has been able to combat our power. We haven't fought the LO family though. Well, I have, but not in this BFF1 alliance. So I'm excited for that, and I don't know if that's going to happen, and if it does, when it will happen. But you see right here, they got a couple of Sato's tanks, a couple of his mediums, and that's good, you know. That's some T10 kills right there. That is, if you have T10 kills this early in the server, that looks good. In my opinion, I like checking people's kills and people's, like, the variety of their kills. Like, I have a lot of I think I have T12. I have T11, but that was before I joined this alliance. Outside of this alliance, it's going to be really hard to get anything above a T8 kill. So I got a bunch of 9s, 10s, and I think 11s. And I don't know if I have any 12s, because I don't think anyone had 12s before I joined this alliance. But goddamn, one thing I learned today, I could talk. But yeah, I mean, if you guys want to click off the video, it's fine. It's just base removal up to here. I cut it early anyways. I kept it to under 20 minutes, but All this whole fight took roughly an hour, so don't think that we just wiped them. Like, they did a pretty good job. And after I got done recording, they did like a little second wave over by the CC. So they did pretty good job defending, but they didn't have enough players online, and the players that were online, not all of them were able to come over to Port Sudan with their tickets, because that's why I was stuck. I don't have tickets, and I don't want to waste money on this tickets. I'll just wait. But yeah, that's about it, guys. This server has been really fun so far. I think I've made the right choices as opposed to my server 2 choices weren't the best, especially with my spending. I learned how to spend a lot better on this account. I'm already half my power in this account than I am on my server 2 account. I'm already half the power, and I've playing this a month. Played server 2 account for what, 8 months. So, you know, I have spent quite a bit, but I have spent a lot smarter and a lot less than I would have if I had just gone crazy. So this alliance has taught me a lot. Yeah, we're recruiting 5 mil players plus. If you are thinking about starting an account in server 29, you know, or if you're a bigger player in server 29, hit me up on, you know, Discord and game, wherever you can find me, on the YouTube comments, whatever, and we'll talk about it. And with all of that being said, Static is out.